If you guys have watched my videos for some time, then you'll know that I absolutely love playmats. If there's a game I enjoy even a little bit, I feel like I'm already trying to track down a playmat for it. And not just for the simple benefits of it's easier to pick up cards, it protects the surface that you're playing on from the components, the dice, whatever the case may be. But for that visual aspect, I love having a backdrop for the game that I'm playing to immerse myself even more into what I'm doing. Which brings me to these playmats by Game Toppers. I heard fantastic things. I reached out to them. They sent me a few to try, and they are absolutely amazing. I've been using these for a year now, and I can say hands down, these are the best playmats on the market. If you have watched any of my playthroughs, then you can see that I'm always using one of these playmats. And I try to match up the mat with the game that I'm playing. So for example, if I'm playing Company of Heroes, I might use the War Terrain green mat. Or if I'm playing Dinosaur World, maybe I'll use the Viking mat for that water background, like I'm on an island. Or if I'm playing Conan, then I'll use that epic fantasy playmat. So what I thought we would do now is just take a closer look at the mats that I do have, show you how epic they are. I just got 2 brand new mats in, which are absolutely awesome. So let's get into it. All right, so first up we have the War Terrain Green. Very beautiful mat. As you can see, very vibrant greens mixed in with some yellows and browns really pop out, for some dirt or yellow grass. I mentioned I played a few games in Company of Heroes on this, but if you're a war gamer, you're looking for a grass mat, this would be perfect. Really enjoy this one. The sizes that I have for all of the mats is 38 by 60. It's the Watson size. I use a slightly smaller pool table, and as you can see right up here, it just about covers it. Just a perfect size for what I need. And that's another really cool thing is that Game Toppers offers a lot of different sizes. You can see just how well that green comes out. But yeah, very cool mat. This is the War Terrain Green. Next up, we have the Adventure Mat. Now, the colors that you're seeing here, oh, there we go. So this is like actually the color of the mat. I'll put a picture. It seems like when I remove my hand, the color kind of washes out. But so I'll put a picture in the top corner. It's a little bit more yellow than what you're seeing right now. But you can see some epic mountain ranges. You got this cool ship down here. You got this little troll right here ready to bop somebody on the head. But this is a perfect mat if you're playing like any kind of Lord of the Rings game. I play For Glory on this map sometimes. Any kind of adventure game. It gives you that epic sense of journey. So really cool design. And next up, one of the most beautiful mats, the Viking mat. This epic water scene. You can see this really cool serpent up here in the corner. Look at that. Look at those blues come through in that water. But you can see each of the 4 corners has this scene in it. So you got these like what look like Viking ships storming this castle. They're having an epic battle. Some archers shooting some fire arrows off of there. You got their long ships coming out here, down here in this corner. It's a really beautiful autumn scene. Got some islands over here. I got some more ships docked. It looks like some houses and stuff like that. We mentioned that serpent in the water, and then you got like a snowy scene up here. I mentioned earlier I played Dinosaur World on this, but if you have any kind of water games that you want to play, this is a perfect backdrop, or just having set up on the table all the time. Sometimes I leave this one out just because of how beautiful it is. And I mean, you can tell the difference. Like, look at this. And the mats that I used to have on the table all the time were just these. I'm sure you've seen these before. I got these off Amazon. These are 4x3s. Just this gray black surface. So I used to play all of my games on this. But now it's just having these kinds of mats. It changes the game. I mean, having this set up on the table makes it so much more enjoyable. Now we get to my favorite playmat, the fantasy playmat. Although one of the new mats that I got might be battling for that top spot, but you can see just how epic this thing is. Again, in these corners, and that's one of the things I like. It seems like in each of the corners of a lot of these maps, there's just these epic scenes, as you can see here. But in the middle, it leaves the space. It's still beautiful, but so you'll still be able to see these scenes in the corner, and you won't be covering up too much as you put your pieces down and board down. So really cool. As you can see, these knights coming out of this castle here, traveling down. Looks like you got this, this walkway here with some these houses in the trees. Got that bridge. You got an epic battle right here. Very cool stuff. Over here, you got these horses running across that. They look, no, they're not horses. They almost look like, what are those things from the Lord of the Rings? Oh, like the Wall Riders, or however you say it. So they're running across a bridge from that spot, and then you got this castle up here with this lone warrior trying to enter, and then you have this awesome dragon flying overhead. So this is my favorite mat right now. I leave and I play most of my games on this mat. I just love the color transitions from these greens into these whites and browns and yellows and stuff like that. There's something about this color scheme, and as well as all of these battles and stuff taking place that I just love so much. So this is the fantasy mat. Now let's get into the two new mats that I got. All right, so this is one of the new playmats, Battlefield. So this isn't available right now, but they have a Kickstarter coming on October 24th. They're going to have a lot of new mat designs, a lot of new products launching, and this is one of those new playmats. Again, you can get them in any size that they currently offer, but this is, as you can see, this really cool moon scene. I wanted something a little bit darker, but it's got these awesome white, yellows, and oranges coming through. It's obviously just been pummeled by asteroids and comets. So you can see here some designs up here. I really like this thing. Really like this thing. So I'll put links in the description below to their new Kickstarter that's going to launch. So check out some of those new mat designs, some beautiful stuff. I saw a few pictures of them. They sent me these two new ones, and I gotta say, and they're just as high quality. Again, the stitched edging. And then also they got the backs on all of them are these rubber backs, so they are not gonna slide on you. So it's the same quality as the existing mats, and just amazing. Check that out. All right, and the last one I got, again, this is another new one. This is called Jungle. I mentioned there's a new playmat that might be battling for the top spot, and this is the one. You can see those beautiful greens coming through. But look at this artwork again in these top, in the corners. You got this temple up here with this volcano in the background. Coming down, he's got the gates. It almost looks like those gates from Jurassic Park. And then sure enough, it leads to some dinosaur skulls. I didn't even put that together, man. That's awesome. But you can see this awesome skull down here, skeleton. This bridge high up in the trees. Some adventurers walking across it. Got this nice waterfall up here. And then going up here to this like serpent or snake temple. Some adventurers coming out of there. But this is beautiful. I love this thing. I think I'm going to leave this up on the table for quite some time, play a few games on it. But yeah, this is competing for the top spot. I love it. I love it. So again, this is one of the new ones. This is Jungle, and this is again going to be available during that Kickstarter. So yeah, this is one to definitely check out. So there you guys have it, some close-ups of the mats. As you can tell, absolutely stunning. Having these in the background when you're playing a game, it adds an element to it. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Visually, I love it. I can't imagine playing without these things. On top of that, they have a bunch of other products. For example, they do have also these cases that you can put the mats in. These cases are really nice as well. You can tell zipper goes all the way up and down. They got holders at the top and the bottom of it as well, but also a little handle here that you can carry them, and also a little window so you can tell which mat that you're grabbing. Highly recommend these things. It makes moving around with these mats, especially the larger ones, a lot easier, and they're easier to put in and take out as well. And a few things we didn't talk about with the mats. All of the mats have this stitched edging, very nice. They're 3.6 millimeter thick. These are chunky. They're not going to crease and fold when you're storing them. You know, you always have those ends that don't lay flat when you unfurl them on these other play mats. Not these. These are going to lay flat and deliver every single time. I just absolutely love these things. And one thing about the company, I've spoken to the owner, Berkey, a few times through email and phone. Just a solid guy, and you can tell he truly cares about making and delivering the best product, and it absolutely shows. This is one of those companies I feel good about supporting and recommending to everybody to check out. So again, new Kickstarter launching on the 24th. Give it a follow. I'm going to put links to all that stuff and their site. Check out the playmats. They got playmats in all different types of sizes. So if you have a table that has some weird size, check them out. They might have something that works for you. It's another huge plus. A lot of these other companies that I see, very limited selection, maybe a 3x3 or a 4x3. They have a lot of different sizes at Game Toppers. So again, check them out. I can't recommend them enough. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Peace.